This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.
Continuing our conversations this morning, we turn to Kano State, where 4 people have been killed in a shooting at the site of a demolition in Rimin Auzinawa in Ungogo local government area of the state. The structures which were being demolished were residential buildings under construction and had been marked for demolition by the Kano Urban Planning and Development Authority. Joining the conversation this morning is Stephen Enoch, a journalist based in Kano. Mr. Enoch, good morning, and thank you for joining us on the conversation.
Hello, good morning. I'm happy to be here.
Can you give us a sense of what happened at the site that was being demolished and what eventually led to the shooting that is being reported?
Okay, so what happened was that, the Kano State government, through the Ministry of Land and Planning, went to, demolish some structures in Rimin Zakara. It's just, they share, friends with Bayero University Kano. That's the new site, the UK, Ungogo local government area. So what happened was, it happened on Sunday at around past 8:30 thereabout, and then news broke on, Monday in the afternoon. So when the Ministry of Land and Planning went there, they went with some officials of the NSCDC, that is the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps. And when they went there, the resident, according to, a resident who confirmed the incident, he said, they came with so much force, they came forcefully, and, they demolishing both their houses and, some shops that were both under construction and then the ones that have been completed. And, the people, in a bid to protect their land and their properties, engaged in a physical fight between the security officials and, the people there. Meanwhile, according to, not the PRO, official from the Ministry of Land and Physical Planning, that is Umar Kurmawa, Umar Kumar. He said that the residents of Rimin Zakara had been compensated over 20 years because they had a land dispute with, BUK. So they had been compensated for over 20 years, and nobody knows, nobody is very sure, who got the money and then why they refused to, vacate that particular area. But, some claim they haven't received the compensation. Some said that the land, they engaged in a physical fight, and then it, happened that some officials of the NSPC were killed. Some papers were read through, some people were waiting for the police to confirm the people were killed. And, it happened that many people were injured yesterday, and it wasn't a very, very good incident that happened, on Sunday night, Monday.
So, Mr. Enoch, I mean, we seem to be getting, I don't know if it's whether to describe it as counter reports, but from what we've seen, the Urban Planning and Development Authority is insisting that they were not the ones who carried out the demolitions, that it was instead a task force from the Ministry of Land and Physical Planning. Can you speak to us about whether any government official has come out to provide clarity? Do we know what agency was actually behind these demolitions?
Yeah, that's the Ministry of Land and Physical Planning. You're correct. So because yesterday, the Director of Media and Policy spoke, that's Umar Kurmawa, he spoke, and then, he said that they went with, officials of the NSPC and who the people resisted, and then they got into a fair fight, and, that happened.
Then this takes us to another contention where the people who owned the property that was demolished, they insist that at some point they had a conversation with the Urban Planning and Development Agency, and the agency as well as the university had determined that the land they were building on did not belong to BUK. So they seemed to be taken by surprise that the university, or rather that the ministry had come to essentially chase them off. Do we know what has gone wrong here? Because you have now said to us that there was a settlement that was given to these people.
Yeah. So from what we had, that is the Ministry of Land and Planning, told reporters and told us that, these people have been settled for over 20 years because they claim that, the land belongs to them. So there was a case actually. So they were compensated for over 20 years, and that, according to the Ministry of Land. So, but we don't know why the people came back because some residents, are claiming that they haven't received some parts of their money, and some people say they have no idea about the compensation. But the Ministry of Land said they have been compensated for over 20 years. So I believe that is what the residents resisted demolition and then and tried to fight back. But it's a story which we are going to dig deep and find more, because even as of yesterday when we tried to speak with the Director of Public Affairs at Bayero University, Kano, who is Lama Garba, his lines were switched off and we tried to reach him, but we couldn't get across to him.
Right. So do you have an idea of when the police is going to respond in terms of confirming the number of people killed as well as any other details that they can give?
Well, even very early this morning, I tried to find out, but the police have not released a statement yet or spoken about how many people have been killed or were killed in the incident, and security measures that is going to be taken to curtail something like this. So we haven't heard from them, but when we hear from them, we're going to definitely report back.
Mr. Enoch, thank you very much for your time on the conversation. Stephen Enoch is a journalist based in Kano State who joined us this morning to speak on the report about 4 people being killed in a shooting at the site of a demolition in Ungogo local government area of Kano State. It was at the site of a demolition of some residential buildings which had been marked by the Kano Urban Planning and Development Authority, the KNUPDA.
This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.